What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a good day. Got a lot to cover in today's episode, including some positive price action and some semi-surprising minds who are now very bullish on Bitcoin. We'll get to all that in a bit. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at bencryptoshow. Let's begin. First of all, my altcoin review of Hex is going to be tomorrow, not today. Tomorrow. I'm excited about that one. As I told you in yesterday's video, they had a huge price run up here in 2021 from about 1 cent to 48 cents. Clearly, they sort of resonate with the retail trading crowd there, and this is a time when Bitcoin went down, actually about 50%. So I want to dive into that. The community seems to be very hardcore as well. I'm excited to do that. That will be tomorrow, Friday. Let's get into the price action for today. So 24,600, Ethereum at 1,900. So it's good. It's good price action. It's a very slow, steady grind up. No kind of big pumps, but that's what we all said. That's what I thought. It's August. It's a slow trading month, so the fact it's going up at all is pretty good. The reason the prices have been going up here, so it might seem like they've been flat, but remember, BTC was at 17,600 about 6 weeks ago. So 17.5 to 25,000 earlier today. That's not bad. That's more than you'd seem. So I mean, what's driving this sort of positive price action? Pretty much two things right now. Just the fact that the CPI, the inflation numbers, are on the downtrend. So they peaked at 9.1% year-over-year increase last month. This week, they just came in at 8.5%. That was the first time that they've started going down. So, of course, a lot of people on Twitter are going to be like, well, guys, 8.5% inflation, that's huge. Why not the usual 2 to 3%? Why are we celebrating this? Well, they don't really understand how the market works. The market works on headlines, basically, and the kind of fear trading, panic selling. So when inflation kept getting worse, there was the fear in traders' minds. Is inflation just going to get out of control? Are we all going to be totally broken sometime? Whatever. But then now that it peaked at 9.1%, excuse me, and is on the downtrend, then that fear of like worst case scenario, inflation is never going to be solved, that is gone. And so that's not going to be a huge price pump in the moment. So as I said this week, it wasn't just like mega $5,000 BTC price movement. It's more of a gradual lessening of the fear and then a gradual increase in prices. And every month now we're going to see these numbers go down a little bit next month. Might be 8.3%, 8.1%, and that's the kind of things that drive the bull markets. That's reason number one. Reason number two, of course, is the Ethereum merge. This is, they're in their final test rehearsal stages now. It's gearing up. September 19th, I believe, is the day. So this, obviously, Ethereum's been on a tear the last month or so. That's been driving most of the rally, most of the altcoin rally as well. So those are the two clear-cut reasons. Improving inflation numbers for the first time in a while, and Ethereum test merge, Ethereum merge coming up in 6 weeks. So clearly identifiable there. CZ is getting into the bullish action here. Tweeted this morning. I feel sad for those who sold the bottom. It's good. He doesn't usually tweet stuff like this, so this is very bullish here. He restricted the comments. He's back to his restricted comments. He had this for a while. Then he enabled the comments. Now he's back to the restricted comments. Might be like a price indicator tweet. Obviously, the comments for those sorts of tweets get very sort of heated as opposed to just more generic tweets, but CZ is bullish, and he does not tweet stuff like this, so that's very good. I would amend this tweet. Yeah, I feel sad for the people sold at the bottom. I also feel sad for the perma-bears on Twitter who just would not change their opinion. I have no idea. A month ago, it just became trendy for whatever reason to just be a perma-bear, whereas most people were bulls. I have no idea why it became trendy. The only thing I can think of is you just sound more important. You sound cooler. Everyone else is bullish, and then if you're bullish and prices do go up, you can't really be like, I told you they were going to go up. That just doesn't sound as cool. But if you're a perma-bear and then everyone else is bullish and then there is some nuke event of the prices do go down, then you can claim, haha, I was right. I'm the greatest trader ever. So I think you just get more likes, and then you just get bragging rights afterwards. You just feel more important. I have absolutely no idea. But the perma-bears, I mean, one guy had to change his name about a week ago on Twitter. He's rebranded under a different name. Another perma-bear hasn't tweeted in 2 weeks. He just couldn't take it anymore. Another perma-bear is just on a permanent vacation the last month or so, a couple weeks, barely tweeting at all. So, yeah, perma-bears have kind of been sort of phased out of Twitter, I'm glad to say. Here's the Ethereum price chart. So, yeah, it's looking very good here. Very good. And then the trading volumes, this is also good, too. A big uptick this week around the CPI announcement. See, $11 million daily trading volumes for Ethereum, not Bitcoin, then up to 16, then up to 23. So even though the price movement has only been a little bit up, the fact that increased trading volumes, that's bullish. And then, so, I mean, here's the Bitcoin chart. So some people might look at this and be like, all right, well, what do we celebrate? This is just so gradual. It can nuke at any second. But this is the way bull market rallies work. It's just a slow, steady grind. It takes a while, months and months, to just warm people up, get them excited, get them trading again. And then after like 6 months of a gradual run, then it just seems to, like, the tipping point happens and it just skyrockets up. That's what I've noticed, at least if you look at the 2020 bull run. Exactly what happened. I mean, look at this flat, slow, gradual action here for months and months. See, 5,000, then about 4 or 5 months later it was at 12,000, then another 4 or 5 months later, then that's when it really started going up 40,000. So even though this looks flat, the prices were eking up 5,000, 12,000, 16,000 there, and that looks like it was about an 8, 9, 10 month total run. So that's exactly the price action we have here. About 2 months into this sort of gradual uptick in prices, and then they're trending in exactly the same direction. So, it takes months to just warm people up, but prices keep trending up like this in the next few months, which I think in a few months, maybe sometime in the fall, we're just going to get that huge instant ramp up in a couple weeks where they're just going to cascade upwards very fast. Let's get into some news stories for the day. So Blackrock, I assume you've seen these headlines, Blackrock teamed with Coinbase to launch their fund. Barry Silbert, this is the most bullish news ever. This is obviously great adoption here. This sort of stuff, I don't think it affects the prices too much. I think it's much more the CPI and then the Ethereum merge. Ever since 2017, every single month we hear new headlines about some new institutional trading product, and our institutional traders finally going to get into it. So just the fact that they have more capabilities to enter trades now, as opposed to like going through the Canadian spot BTF, that doesn't mean that they're going to immediately actually start trading, but it is long-term bullish. These are just steps in the right direction. Obviously, institutional traders, so they're not whales, they're not retail traders, they're generally sort of upper middle class, medium tier holders in terms of size and length of time that they hold. So they have a specific investment mindset. They don't really trade on mania. They don't really trade that quick. They do much more due diligence. They are very prone to panic selling, as we saw with the Canadian pension fund and the Canadian spot BTF. So it's a totally different mindset, but they do need to be warmed up gradually. So long-term bullish, but I don't think that this news has really caused the uptick in prices this week and last week. SEC, sticking with Coinbase here, so FCC opens probe in the crypto exchange Coinbase. So this isn't really new news. This was in their quarterly report, which I think came out earlier in the week or last week. Coinbase has received investigative subpoenas and requests from the SEC for documents relating to the company's process for listing assets, its staking programs, its stablecoin processes, and its yield-generating products. So Coinbase is not sure if this is going to turn into a formal investigation. They just gave the information to the SEC, so it looks like the SEC's strategy is to just kind of get a bunch of different information on a bunch of different programs, categories of coins, and then see where they can make a case. I'm guessing that's the strategy. I don't know, but it has not turned into any formal investigation yet. But obviously, those stories do. I'll be following those stories. Moving on, Slope says no conclusive evidence of ties to $5 million Solana wallet hacks. This was kind of the blame game. The Solana wallet hack happened last week. They immediately went into defense mode because they've been through a bunch of hacks. Everyone kind of immediately concludes it's Solana's fault. They went on the aggressive blame one of their wallet providers, Slope, and now Slope is saying there's no conclusive evidence. Slope did acknowledge finding a critical vulnerability in its wallet, and while that's put many of the assets in danger, and it could have caused some of the losses of the total $5 million losses, they also said that the number of hacked wallets was significantly greater than those exposed to the vulnerability, meaning the hackers may have used another unaccounted attack vector. That's pretty much the exact same thing I found in the North Korea hacking video from 2 days ago. It certainly seems like these hackers, wherever they're from, they find one vulnerability and just kind of sit on it instead of acting on it immediately and getting a little bit of money. They realize, okay, that entity, that ecosystem has sort of weak security practices, so then they kind of start poking around for other vulnerabilities, and then once they get a few other ones, then it appears that they just do like one all-at-once surprise attack using multiple attack points. That's at least what I found of the North Korean Lazarus video there, and Slope seemed to acknowledge that here, so that could be the case. That's it for today. So tomorrow it's going to be the Hex altcoin review. Definitely tune in for that. Excited for that one. Follow me on Twitter at bencryptoshow. Let's keep this bull run coming. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Until then, this is Ben signing out.